Hello again, everybody. This is Rocket Rick J18, and today I'm going to talk with you a little bit about some recent pickups of mine over the last 10 days or so, and maybe just a few other little things that are on my mind. Um so let's get started. I'm going to turn the camera down and feature the cards for a little bit, and we'll do those, and then maybe we'll talk about a couple other little things. So the first thing I have to show you is the 1991 Collegiate Collection. This is a company out of Louisville, Kentucky, that made card sets for colleges in the early 90s. This is a 100 card set, and you can see the checklist, which in the package is the second half. Starts out with Eric Sleepy Floyd, who is pictured on the top card, card number 51. Uh, Sleepy Floyd was a member of the 1982 NCAA Finals team that lost to University of North Carolina by on Michael Jordan's not last minute shot, but last shot. And then the game was sealed when Freddie Brown mistakenly threw the ball to a wide open James Worthy, who ran the clock out. And the Sleepy Floyd was really the first really great All-American player that played at Georgetown. He graduated in 1982 after that championship game. Patrick Ewing was a freshman that year, along with some of the other players who contributed greatly to the national championship team a couple of years later. And then this is one half of the set, and the other half of the set is features John Thompson as the number one card of the set. So some of the players, have more than one card. Some of them only have one card, and there are photos of the 1982, 83, 84 teams, and that's pretty cool. So that's the Georgetown collection. The next card that I have to show you is a card that is in the style of Diamond Kings. Diamond Kings were made over a 3-year period, and they have different color print on the backs of the cards, which from which you can tell whether it's a 1934 or 1935 card or so forth. Of course, this is a reprint from 1987, Krause Publications. Babe Ruth is not in the original Diamond Stars set. If it was, this card would probably be worth, I don't know, maybe it's probably somewhere between $6,000 and $10,000. I'm just guessing, but pretty nice looking card anyway. Then we have some pictures, some autographs, and of some cards from the 70s and 80s. And I'm just going to show these to you. This is Chris Chambliss, an SPC 1975 card, and that's Chris's autograph. Rick Cerrone. This is a 1978 Topps card of Rick Cerrone and autographed by him. This is a 1979 Rick Cerrone card. And next we get to 1981 Columbus Clippers, the International League card of Andre Robertson. And it is autographed along with another card of Steve Balboni. The next card is the 1984 Willie Randolph card, one of the prettier sets from the 80s. And here is also Andre Robertson and Bobby Meacham, the 1985 Topps set. And then two cards of Dan Pasqua, and they are from the 1985 Donruss set. I got these cards because I erroneously pushed the bid button for these Yankees and former Yankee players. Shows you. I show these because it illustrates how important it is to keep your wits about you when you're bidding. Otherwise, you might be buying something that you didn't really want, which is what happened here. Now, the next card I'm going to show you is from the 1971 World Series Pirates versus Orioles. And this is a card that actually was issued in, I think, 1980. Yeah, that's right. And this is a Fleer sticker. So I got two of these because I really wanted to. Being a Pirate fan, important. 71 was a big year for the Pirates. And who knows, maybe this year they'll be back in the mix again, starting off the season 9-2 with the same record as the Yankees. Neither one of them would anyone have guessed would have won 9 out of their first 11 games. That's pretty cool. So the next card I have to show you is from the 1952 Topps set, and this is card number 182, Billy Hitchcock. And I've skipped a couple cards because I've lost opportunities to bid and win bids for the 1952 Topps Charlie Maxwell, card number 180, which is Maxwell's rookie card. And I have bid twice to win with over $50. And I can't for the life of me figure out how Charlie Maxwell is worth $50, but so be it. The bids don't lie, especially when somebody else is making them. The next card I have to show you is from the 1951 Burke Ross Hit Parade of Champions, and it is not a baseball card. It is not a football card. It is not a basketball card. It is not a hockey card. Instead, it is a track and field card, and this features America's #1 miler in the early 50s, Glenn Cunningham, who ran for AAU. And Glenn Cunningham, in 1950, uh, actually in 1938, he ran a mile and held the American Track and Field Record Championship, which he set in Hanover, New Hampshire, with 4 minutes 4.4 seconds. And this record was later broken, along with the 4-minute barrier, by Roger Bannister, the English track and field star, in 1955 to 56. So a couple of years after Glenn Cunningham, obviously. But he was a great miler, and glad to have that card. He was my Uncle Bill was a big fan of Glenn Cunningham. Here is a 1936 batter up card of Pepper Martin, card number 7, which is a sepia tone. And last time I showed some cards, I showed the 1936 batter up of Lloyd Wayner. So this is Pepper Martin. We'll come back to Pepper a little bit later here. And this card is a 1936 Goudy wide pen premium of Mickey Cochran. It has numerous creases in it. These cards are on paper thin stock and aren't supposed to have any writing on the back, but this has the name of Paula Cliff, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But anyway, she wrote her name on this probably many years ago. But it's a pretty cool card, I think. These wide pen and fine pen premiums are much larger than the 1936 Goudy card set, although they're printed by the same people. So this one is marked at the bottom litho in USA, and has Mickey Cochran in the wide pen variation of these premiums. So I was glad to have one of those cards, especially of a Hall of Famer. And next is a card from the 1935 Goudy set, which is a 4-in-1 featuring some Washington Senators, including Hall of Famer Heine Manouche. And this is picture number 1, card C, the third card in the set. And, Weaver, Larry, and Hadley, all Senators, none of whom are in the Hall of Fame, but Heine Manouche is a Hall of Famer, so that joins my effort to work on the 1935 Goudy set. So I have one pickup from that set this time. And the next 2 cards are cards from the 1934 to 36 Diamond card set. And this is, I always thought it was pronounced Kiki Kyler, but apparently John Mangini pronounces it Kai Kyler. I don't think he does really, but anyway, this is Kiki Kyler, card number 31 from the 1935 green print edition, and you can kind of tell it's 1935 because it has 1934 season described in it. And Hazen S. Kyler was born in Harrisville, Michigan, 36 years old, and he's a Hall of Famer. Uh, and this is obviously from the 1935 set because it has it's green back, and it also has the copyright of the 1935 season. So that's and this is a card of the great Pepper Martin, also from the 1935 season, or because of the, again, you can tell because of the copyright, the 1934 season statistics, and the green back on this card. So this is card number 26. Pepper Martin does have another card in this same set from a different year. I think maybe 36. I believe he was a rookie in 34. So again, this is a card set that I'm working on. Certainly will not be all ungraded cards, but those are good cards to have. I'm happy to have them. Now I got a couple larger cards to show you, including, again, Pepper Martin from the 1935 Wheaties box set, and happy to have those. And this is, again, nothing on the back other than where it was glued into a probably a, you know, a picture book, album, something of that nature. And then the next to the last card that I have to show you is a 1938 Butterfinger Premium of Robert Lefty Grove. And I purchased this from the collection of Jake Legends Never Die Brewer. And he had some cards that he was selling with the hopes of raising money to put towards a T206 Ty Cobb portrait with the green background, which is the scarcer of the two, although there's still plenty of them out there. It's not a rare card, but it is a very valuable card. And Jake is joining the ranks of people who are selling some of their collection in order to go after more expensive cards that they otherwise probably wouldn't be able to afford. And I think that's a commendable idea. It's one that I have not thus far have engaged in, mainly because I've never sold any cards, and I don't really know how to do it other than just put them on eBay. My friend Scott Stooks Baseball Cards and Curiosities, he sells cards on a regular basis, buys and sells cards to fund his hobby needs. And he does it at shows, and apparently, works with some other dealers that are maybe on a more full-time basis. And in exchange for manning the table and selling cards belonging to the dealer. He also gets to sell some of his own cards to demonstrate or show uh, those cards and put them up for sale. So I'm don't have. This is my first Lefty Grove card um, from playing days, and of course he was still. This is obviously an older card because it's 1938, and I think he was already with the Red Sox by then. So, so that's those are most of my pickups, except for one that I'm very happy to have, and it is a card in the 1956 format on the front of Jake Legends Never Die, autographed, personalized, um, and he sent this to me along with the 1938 Butterfinger Lefty Grove. I'm thrilled to have it, and I really thank Jake a lot for sending this card to me along with the one I purchased from him. The back really appears to me to be a similar to the backs of the 1961 cards, at least color wise. And although there are no, well, not many horizontal cards in that set, not most all of them are vertical. But anyway, so that's what I have to show you. And I think that in addition to showing you these cards, there were just a couple of subjects that I wanted to chat with you about. And that's the increasing hobby activity of selling cards. And I know there's several. Um, I watched a video from Mike Baseball Collector, and let's see, I think I know he had another guest, and it slips my mind now exactly who it was. But anyway, they both talked about how Mike was just starting into the idea of selling some cards, and is doing it, through YouTube and probably I don't know whether he's on Twitter or oh geez, I can't think of the other one now, but another alternate way of getting on, getting the cards out there. And he has a checklist that you can print out, and if you're interested in any of those cards, they're for sale. They are mostly autograph cards, I think. I did look at them a little bit, and I don't really collect autographs, although I did show you some this time. And I have some autographs, but they're just ones that I stumbled into and not acquired with any idea of collecting autographs. So uh, that one's probably not for me, but many of people do collect autographs, and that'd be an excellent opportunity of picking up some nice cards there. Um, you know, I have kind of fallen behind in watching videos and watching, participating in VR's contests. So I think that I owed some explanation for that. I do still do some tax work for clients, and so this was kind of my busy time of year. The rest of the year is not extremely busy, but when you're doing tax returns, it occupies most of your waking time when you're in that busy part of the year. and so I just haven't had time to participate as much. But I'm looking very forward to meeting up with Orlando. Uh, at He and I are going to be roommates at Strongsville, and I'm looking forward to that. Uh, Also, meeting up with the plus 40 now, I think, YouTubers have said they're going to be there, and I hope they all are. And so I'm looking forward to that. And then, of course, the National in July, also in the Cleveland area, out at the IX Center, which I originally thought was Roman numeral 9, but it isn't. um, and that's going to be fun to get together. I don't expect to be buying a lot of cards um, at either at Strongsville or at uh, at the National, but hopefully I'll buy a few, and hopefully they'll be in those sets that I'm currently working on, the Diamond Stars, the 35 Goudeys, the 1940 Play Ball, and the 1952 Top sets. I have picked up a few Burke Ross cards recently. They haven't arrived, didn't arrive in time for this video, but probably be in the next one. And I like those. They're not super attractive cards. Many of them are out of register, off-centered. Uh, kind of the colors muted, as opposed to faded. I don't think it was ever very bright. They were sold in little boxes. Uh, I think of maybe around 10 cards, and they were sold in pairs. So they were perforated down the middle of the unit pair into, and could be separated. And of course, many of them are separated. And sometimes the pairs are, a Hall of Fame player with just a common card, and sometimes they are two Hall of Fame players. And, that's pretty cool. I think those carry a premium, and I don't have any. I don't have any of the boxes, and I don't have any of the cards unseparated, but they're kind of cool. So anyway, that's what I'm doing nowadays, and uh, as I advance further into retirement, my income will decrease somewhat, and I probably won't be as active a purchaser of cards, but still interested, still looking and buying, but maybe not quite at the pace that I have been collecting over the years. I had periods of time, even after I got back into the hobby in 1986, where I was dormant, preoccupied with, raising children, or, sort of helping to raise children, as many dads of my generation were. Um, but I was pretty active with them when they got a little older, and were in activities at school and outside of school, whether it was theater. In the case of my daughter, she was in a children's young artists group, and then later with the local community theater. And my wife and I both participated in that, mainly because of her wanting to be involved in it. And then she was also active in high school uh, theater productions that they were involved in, and my younger son was also involved in high school, and he was pretty good. He could sing a little and dance a little, and he could remember his lines, unlike his dad. Um, I always had at least one performance where I got off script a little bit, but somehow managed to find myself back on. Usually, giving a bit of a speech and then having somebody, another actor there on stage, thinking, geez, if he just throw me anything I can use, I try to get this thing, the wheels back on the car and back on the road. But anyway, that was fun. And then also, my younger son was involved in sports through junior high or grade school, junior high, and high school. He played uh, football, basketball, and baseball uh, when those were in their seasons, and he was pretty good athlete. Not a great one, but he had fun. And in 1999, he was involved with, or not on the varsity, but involved with practicing with the varsity and so forth. And that team won a state championship. So he got to be on some uh, teams that played in the state tournaments, and it was I think it was generally fun for him, even though he didn't start uh, on the varsity. He still played some and enjoyed that. He was a little better football player, and he was an important part of some pretty good teams at his high school. He played center and played on the a linebacker position on defense. And in junior high, he also uh, ran the football, and I thought did a pretty commendable job. So then he played baseball and made himself into a catcher, and I thought did a pretty good job on that. In fact, one time had the third baseman not dropped the throw, he would have had a very rare trifecta for a catcher, throwing out three base runners in one inning. So, but he got two of them, and then the third one he had him, but unfortunately the ball was dropped, and we didn't record that as an out. But that was pretty exciting. He also played in the outfield, and was a decent hitter. Had a little power. Hit the wall a few times. Didn't never hit one out, but he just missed a couple of them. But anyway, so those are my subjects that I wanted to just chat a little bit with you and give you a little bit of more of a feel for. Um, we focus on YouTube on the collection aspect of the hobby, and but all of us have lives and that involve other members of the family, and now I think my older granddaughter, is going to play t-ball or some form of baseball this spring, and I'm looking forward to seeing her play. And then it's going to be fun. So, I won't be doing as much probably collecting as I have been doing for the last year or so. But that's what's going on, and I'll still make some videos. I've still got a lot of Then after that one, we'll be doing the top sets through. Well, right now I have through 2023, so there's plenty of material for additional videos, and I'll do some more VRs and what have you. So I won't be totally out of the mix by any stretch of the imagination. Just wanted to give you an idea for what I've been doing and what I have, what might be doing in the future. So look forward to that. And Strongsville's next. I'm really excited about that. That's really in about 10 days now. So, well, in any case, this is Rocket Rick J18, wishing that all your collecting dreams come true.